Welcome back to Good Fruit Fridays with me, Miss Britany, where we talk about the fruit of the Spirit and we have a little fun. Today we are talking about faithfulness. Remember, when we talk about the fruit of the Spirit, we are talking about what grows and shows in our lives when we are friends of Jesus. What is faithfulness? It's being loyal to someone or something. When someone is loyal to you, you can trust them because they have proven that they will be there for you. The Bible tells us that God is faithful to us. Sometimes it uses other words to talk about God being faithful. Here are some examples: loyal, steadfast, and constant. Let's track down truth about God's faithfulness to us. Where do we go when we want to track down truth? That's right, God's Word, the Bible. Let's read from Psalm 86, verse 15. But Lord, you are a God who shows mercy and is kind. You don't become angry quickly. You have great love and faithfulness. Psalm 86, 15. We want to be like Jesus. And Jesus is God, so Jesus also has great love and faithfulness. We can trust Jesus with anything and everything. Everything Jesus says, he will do. He keeps his promises. I'd like to tell you a story that Jesus told his friends about someone who is not faithful, not loyal, and not steadfast. And that makes them not trustworthy. You can read about it in Luke 16. Jesus told a story to his disciples. A rich man had a servant who worked for him. The servant took care of the money and things that belonged to the man. Then some people told the rich man that his servant was wasting his master's things. So the master sent someone to bring his servant to him. He said to his servant, "I am hearing bad stories about you. So write down everything that you have done with my money and my things. Then you must stop working for me." "I must think what I can do," the servant said to himself. "My master will not let me work for him any longer. I am not strong enough to dig in the ground. I would be ashamed to ask other people for money. I must stop working for my master. But I know what I can do so people will then accept me into their homes." Many people had a debt that they had not paid back to the master. So the servant told those people to come to him. He asked the first man, "How big is your debt to my master?" The man replied, "I have to give him 100 barrels of oil." The servant said to him, "Here is the paper with your debt written down on it. Take the paper, sit down now and write 50 barrels there." He asked the next man, "How big is your debt to my master?" The man replied, "I have to give him 100 baskets of wheat." The servant replied, "Here is the paper with your debt written down on it. Take the paper and write 80 baskets. Jesus went on to say, the servant in the story was not honest, but his master spoke well about what he had done. It would help the servant later in his life. If you can trust a person with a very small thing, then you can also trust him with bigger things. If you cannot trust a person with a very small thing, you cannot trust him with big things. Can your friends and family trust you with small things? Are you a loyal and faithful person? Sometimes being faithful means doing the right thing, even when no one is looking, and even if you don't really want to do that. Do you keep your promises? I hope you know it's a good thing to keep your promises and to be faithful. And now it's time for Bitmoji Miss Britany's Activity of the Week. While you are going places this week, be on the lookout for older model vehicles. When something is faithful, we trust it. Just like when a car is reliable and trustworthy, people like to keep it around. Maybe look for some other old things, like old buildings. Things that are faithful stand the test of time. Bye, my faithful friends. See you next week.